Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Democracy 3 Playing Australia. I'm Root Negative and let's get cracking. But just quickly before we do, notice here that it says buying votes. You know, that's an obvious governmental joke. That's not quite so funny. And then it says inventing the internet. Now there's this famous quote from an Australian politician that says that they were talking about the National Broadband Network. And they were saying that, that they were talking about their colleague, and they said, oh, XYZ colleague, you know, pretty much invented the internet. Now, as you could tell, people didn't really take that too well when said person really had nothing to do with the DARPA net, or the whatever that thing was the Americans come up with. You know, Bell making a phone call across the lab, and then the continuations that they eventually come up with the whole connecting computers thing. Yeah, it was very, very amusing to say that, you know, this person invented the internet. So that's where that comes from. An actual Australian politician said that. Now, debt collection agencies have been in the news because of aggressive, that's a typo, Klifsky, that's supposed to be two S's, methods they are using to extract payment from people who owe large sums of money. These debt collection agencies provide credit to people whom larger, more respectable companies will not lend money. A law is proposed to limit the ways in which such agencies can operate. So, I think that we limit the late agent activity because, in my experience, people and money, some people are not really that great when it comes to managing their finances. So we're back into a deficit, which means we're going to have to tweak our budget a little bit more. However, we should be having a little bit more of an effect. So right now our peak value is actually going up, and that will continue to rise over the next couple of episodes, I hope. Because basically, I'm going to play this until I get kicked out or I don't get re-elected. One or the other. So, what do we got? Well, we've got 26 points to spend. Our popularity is shite. It seems that the Conservatives, well, they're going to have to get over it, I think. Abortion law. What have we got on abortion law? Limited circumstances. Two doctors' approval. Life threatened. Total ban. Well, the Conservatives are going to have to get over it. No, cancel. Right. What else? What else? Well, we're having an effect on car usage. We've had a negative effect. And that would be because of the hybrid cars initiative. So that's going to go up a little bit more. Which is funny because it's going to improve the environment. And then it's going to ruin the environment, if you know what I mean. So it's going to go up and then it's going to go down again. Yeah, so... Oh, it's going to improve it. Wonderful. There you go, I got it completely wrong. So this is going to improve the environment. Now, the asthma epidemic, that will actually come down now. Like, the car usage will pull it up, however the environment should pull it down. So hopefully we start moving towards kind of the stop trigger down here. Now let's have a look at some of these other things. Alcohol usage, I don't think we're going to prevent that. Homelessness. Well, we need a way of countering either unemployment or poverty. All the taxes contribute. The rental controls are starting to take effect. Because this really does... Well, homelessness, here we go. What about unemployment? Yeah, the GDP is really affecting that. And the GDP we want to keep nice and high, because that keeps the economy. That means the economy is running forward. What to do, what to do, what to do. Well, you know, the... Oh dear. I don't think we'll get into that. I think that over here, some of the law and order things we can maybe have a little bit more success with. That causes a high religious membership. There you go. What's happening with the police force? They're at medium. Raising that up would cost so much money. It would have some really, really nice effects. Like you can see that the unemployment would go down. Any social behaviour would get destroyed, but we just don't have the money. So let's have a look at income. Let's see what happens here. Oh dear. I don't see how raising the tobacco tax would actually make everyone more disappointed. It would make the majority of people more happy, actually. Just as a random interesting fact, the majority of Australians don't smoke anymore. And I say anymore, the majority of Australians used to smoke. But smoking's largely become outlawed in the country now. It's not like Europe or Japan. I know Japan's pretty bad for smoking. They've got like special little rooms with an air conditioner that sucks the smoke out, so you know you can have 20 people standing in there chuffing away and not be choking. It's quite interesting. So this is the capital gains tax, right? And this is giving us an income. So what happens if we raise this up? Oh, you can see it starts to really drag on the GDP. The self-employed income goes down. Self-employed membership goes down. High income earners. The socialists love it though. What if we tweak it, right? It's at 5 billion. What if we take it to like 6.2? Just get another 800 million or so out of it. I think that's what we'll do there. The alcohol tax. Now this was having a bad effect on the on poverty. Now, I really need something that actually takes out the alcohol consumption. Oh, here we go. Yeah, the Prime Minister Root Negative today come out with a very controversial plan that has since passed Parliament. The drinking age in Australia is now 21. There was a riot on the street. Oh man, if someone tried that, that would be the end of the world for a lot of teenagers. Because there is a fair bit of underage drinking in Australia. And, you know, there's an issue of, you know, kind of like the 15, 16, 17-year-olds start to get on the alcohol. Personally, I never did it because, well, I wasn't allowed. So I waited until I was 18, had a few crazy years, and then, you know, I got over it. I was like, well, car usage, right? Well, what about if we just crank... Oh, we can't raise it. Revert. We've only got 6. So that was the petrol tax. The property tax. Let's see what happened here. Yeah. Nah, I think we're good. Because this... Ideally, we'd lower this a little bit. Ideally. Alright, I think that that will complete this turn, so let's click next and see what happened. Making impossible promises, inventing the internet. Okay, superhero. News stations are buzzing with reports that a caped man has been seen fighting crime in our cities. Already a number of high-profile arrests have been unofficially attributed to the masked stranger. It is a sign of how bad things have become on our streets that our citizens are turning to superheroes for help. Nevertheless, it dropped crime and violent crime. Now we've got a small surplus, so I think that, that's a good thing. Now you can see our poll has increased, so I think that this next turn is just going to be a bit of a holding turn, just to see how our polls react, see how things go. This lady probably needs to go with him. 4.3, there's a 4.8. Conservatives and trade unionists. Edward Shaw. Okay, we may hire Edward Shaw. We need 4 capital, that's alright. We need to hire... There we go. Done. So, there we go. Oh, what do you mean foreign affairs? Why is she still there? No, I didn't click on it, did I? 4.3, 4.4. Alright, we'll bring in this guy. Corey Brown. Fire. Fire? Corey Brown, here we go. Fire. Transport Minister. She's all of a sudden gone down. I think that I've maybe done a bad thing. Oh well. Now we've got a small surplus. The debt is still there, however. We've just managed to arrest its climb. Basically, it's stopped for the moment. So what we may do is just try and focus on getting that debt down a little bit. And we're going to do that by having a look at our income again. So I think that the tweaking the petrol tax and turning that up a little bit, getting it from the 7 billion up to say 8 or 9 will be a nice little spending boost that we can then, you know, reappropriate into a different part of the economy. Because we want to take down the okay. We want to take down car usage if we can. We want to drop that, because it has a negative effect on the environment. And an overreaching kind of goal that I've got is to remove the asthma epidemic. You can see that it is falling right now. However, we need to get that car usage down a little bit, and I think that's going to kill 2 birds, 1 stone. So we'll get a little bit more money, and also hopefully, vigilante mobs. No more. There is an urgent policy question about GM food. Some food can be genetically manipulated to allow for longer shelf life and both disease and herbicide resistance. Farmers are divided. I think that we'll allow GM crops. Why not? Ooh, so that's not great. That's not great. Now we have a small budget deficit now. As you can see, the global economy, right, just has a horrible effect on our bottom line. Our expenditure, you can see that I've hacked our expenditure right down to size. But yeah, it hasn't really done much. And you can see that the detailed polls very, very bad. We've improved our standing with the... Who is this? The Conservatives are up. You can see here, I think that's, you know, getting rid of some of these might be an idea, because they're pulling our popularity down, and then we want to improve some of these others. Now this is the changes that we've seen. So the water supply's gone up, the water demand's gone down, the GDP has fallen though, that's not great. Now one of the things that affects this is the global economy. You can see that right now it's negative 12.3. And only the uncompetitive economy is affecting that more. I'm trying to pull that down as much as we can. Ooh, corporation tax, I don't particularly want to touch that right now. Unemployment is up, CO2 emissions, racial tensions is up, oil demand has gone down, which is nice. Poor earnings are up, which is good. Alcohol consumption is down. Good. Currency strength is down. Purchasing power is up though. Wages have fallen, that's not great. People are poorer. The environment's up 10% though. That's quite nice. Education's up. Crime has fallen drastically. Oh. Why has that gone up? Anyway, let's have a look at our income. I was talking about raising the petrol tax up to about 10 billion. So that's going to drop our car usage another couple of percentage points. The motorist is going to get a little bit pissy at us. The environmentalist is going to be very happy. Motorist income is going to fall a little bit, and so is motorist membership, but bike usage is going to go up. So let's apply that. I think that's going to be pretty much the only move we can make this turn. So we will click next turn, and I will bid you all goodbye. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode of Democracy 3.